It is so crazy. Like, I think about it all the time. But, like, how we're really kind of the last generation that experienced a life with no technology. And then, like, our whole lives will just continue to get more and more.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I also think it's very interesting, the pendulum, like, swinging so far in the other direction right now of people being like, I don't want to be on tech. I don't want to use technology. Like, get me off.
I know. There's such a balance.
But, like, if you think about it, it all seemed like so, like, when all this technology, like cell phones came out and stuff, like, it was all like, oh my God, this is like all in the futuristic movies. Like, this is not even like real. So it's like, so it was so like novel and crazy. And then we like saw what it did to us. And it was like, oh, wait, like.
Yeah, that is a really fast turnaround. Because if you think about like the industrial age, we weren't like, oh my God, we need to stop using these machines. Like, it just always worked out well after that. That is crazy. Wow. I'm going to think about that. Well, welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devin.
I'm Brittany.
I didn't know if you were going to be ready there, Dev.
I know. I was like,
my nose is so dry.
Can you put Aquaphor on it?
I do. But I also have nails. It's kind of hard. Like, I'm trying to get it inside my nostrils.
A little Q-tip.
Yeah, I do that.
Q-tip would be perfect for that.
I think that's what they're like actually meant for, is like things like that.
I know. You see like the uses of Q-tips and they're like, do not put them in your ears, actually.
I know the one thing that we use them for.
I don't.
What
I'm
is terrified.
Your Q-tip usage? Like, I almost Q-tip like every single day.
Oh, I do
I
like
barely use Q-tip.
I think.
Really?
At least.
I hate
for
the
your
feeling
ears?
Of like moist ears.
Me too. Like after
your
the
ears
shower.
Are moist?
After the shower, like when they're like, oh, a little shampoo sometimes up in that little crease.
I have the dry earwax, so I don't really have moist ears.
Do you ever have moist ears though?
Not really in a way.
I don't like the thought of moist ears. I don't want to say my ears are moist. Like, it's making it sound like they're just so wet I need to clean them up multiple times a day. That's not the case, to be clear.
Like runny ears. Runny nose.
So
runny ears.
It's gross. I do feel you, but I just don't want people to think that of me.
I think it's just
it is crazy though.
Not being
have
alone.
you ever like gone to the doctor where they use the tool and like take out a chunk?
Mm-mm. I feel like it's because I Q-tip my ears like so regularly.
Every doctor would disagree with you, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's like really bad. It's apparently just pushing it back and back there.
But everybody thinks that they don't do that.
I don't know.
I know. Like, I'd like to think that I don't, but we probably all do.
My doctor's not like telling me though when I like go in like, hey, we need to do anything to your ears. So I feel like they're fine.
Yeah,
no,
they
I think
look in your ears.
Yeah, and like people come in with the problem of like not being able to hear as well, or like feeling like there's earwax. Did you know that such a leading cause of dementia can be when people start to lose their hearing and then don't get hearing aids or like don't do anything to treat it? It can lead to dementia more.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, because if you like, it's like not using your brain, so then you're losing it, sort of thing.
That is interesting.
Scary.
Feel free to fact check me, but I saw a doctor talking about it, that there were studies done, but we'll see.
I believe you.
So today we're gonna do an audience Q&A and answer your advice and whatnot. But first, we finally got Brittany to watch Traitors.
You guys, they didn't just get me to watch Traitors. I'm like hooked. I'm like, what have you guys seen? Have you seen the UK? Have you seen Celibacy?
Yeah, she's like now watching all of them.
Like, I don't know how you watch so much.
She got her puzzles and her Traitors.
I love British people, the UK, like all of that. And so I was like, I want to watch this. And Joe said like, I don't know where he read this, but he said like Celebrity UK was like one of the top rated Traitors that they've done.
And it just came out, you said? That one's new?
I don't know, just like I think maybe in November it came out. So it's relatively new. But I just thought I liked their relationships. They're definitely strategic, but I think they were a little bit nicer. So it was kind of funny how they like played around stuff. And they were like funnier. I think their like banter was funny. Yeah.
Wait, there's only 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Whoa.
And it's done after 9?
I think so. There's not 10?
That's a quick watch.
Yeah.
I don't know. Google says 9, but that might be the AI thing. Interesting.
It was either 9 or 10. The last episode of this, I don't know how they normally end it, but the last episode of this one, of the Celebrity UK, I think there was like 3 eliminations that happened. Like they were able to like, however they did the rules, like they finished, so they didn't like wait another day to like film again. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there's more happening in each episode.
I think they did like the normal amount in like most of the episodes, and then the last one they just like added a few things together.
Yeah. I'm hearing a lot of rumors about like the filming of Traitors, and like I saw something. Well, so Lisa said that what they do is they get ready and everything for breakfast, then they go do the challenge, change everything for the challenge, and then after that they have to get ready again and get back in those same clothes for breakfast. But some people are saying that she's lying and that's not true, and like breakfast is at night sometimes and the windows are fake. And so we were watching last night like trying to see like, are these windows fake? I can't tell.
Me and Joe actually thought about that too, because they wear the last like 2 episodes, I think they wear their breakfast outfit at the nighttime thing.
Yeah.
So what we were thinking is that they do breakfast like before the challenge, but it's not like filmed. And then they do the challenge and then they get ready and then they film breakfast and then they film like the talking and then they film the evening thing.
That would make sense. Lisa said they do film it in order and just have to change again. But
that seems like doing a lot. Because some of the challenges are so gross. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
It seems interesting.
I don't think it really makes that big of a difference.
No, I don't really care. I just pretend that it's all real, I guess. Because I didn't like when I found out, too, that they don't even sleep there.
I know. They're like, good night. And they film all their stupid little in the bed. Like,
yeah, like, I'll just imagine, oh, that's true. That's fine.
In the UK, they like tell you that they're going back to their lodging situation.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
There's not like an illusion that they're staying there.
That's interesting that they would change that.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on yesterday? I feel like Rob is so smart and I love him so much.
I think Rob is really smart.
I think Rob, well, we all know that he's a terrible traitor.
Because he wants to be a faithful.
But he's not.
I understand his like stance, but I think what he should have done is put somebody else's name in the hat. If he was like, he's like, I have to say Colton's fine and I have to say Ron's fine, then put another name out there and like distract from the Lisa conversation. But I will also say, I think in like the UK versions that I've seen, like one of the strategies is to kind of throw other traitors under the bus.
Well, so that last year, that's what happened a lot, and it kind of fucked everything up. Like, so I was liking that going into the season. It seemed like they were more on the same page and were gonna stick together. So I don't like that he had to do that, but I do think that that was probably the smartest move for him. And the part that was craziest when Michael was like, "I'm gonna ask Rob how he feels about about Lisa being a traitor, and if he like shuts it down, then he's probably a traitor." And he didn't shut it down. Like he was like, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh. Like, that's so smart. Michael asked Rob, like, what do you think about Lisa? And he was doing that as a tactic or Colton, sorry, not Michael.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also really don't like how Colton's playing the game, because even though he's aggressive and outspoken, I think that's fine. I just think he's getting kind of like mean when he's like going after them. Like you can be like outspoken and like go after people, but he's like conniving and like he's trying to, like, he wants you to be like mad at him for going after you, and you're like, why? Like you're creating like unnecessary tension.
I agree.
I also don't understand why all the people that made an alliance decided to switch their vote. They could have gotten Colton.
I know.
That was definitely like a production thing, probably, where they're like, Colton has to stay in.
Because I do wonder how long that actually is, like that they're all at the table.
That Colton every night just throws in a random name. Like they all discuss something and then Colton gets up there and he throws in Lisa. Like, where did this even come from? He's not like, I don't know.
But Ron did so well. Like if he wouldn't have gone around and started saying nice things about everyone, I think they would have sent him home for sure. Like that made them all be like, no, he's not a traitor.
Yeah, they did send him home.
Oh, I forgot.
I mean, it was a good
That's why I
strategy.
was so
But
annoyed because I was like, wait, like literally the other people. The other thing that really annoys me is when they're like, I know you're not a traitor, and then they still vote for them. I'm like, but why?
Yeah. Yeah, like they knew Ron. That made me really sad. I didn't want him to.
Because then it's
Yeah.
also like they're basically being like, yeah, you're not important enough. Like you're a sacrificial lamb. Like they didn't, no one cared
Yeah.
about Michael, so that was like fine. But
That
for
was funny when
Ron-
I think it was Ron who said like, and we're just not counting Michael because nobody likes him.
Yeah.
It's funny
The thing
it's
that like
true.
makes me so sad is every season they go over, they attack, they like cling on to like the quiet person.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
do.
Like just
That's,
because
like,
they're like an introvert or they're like more reserved.
yeah, or they're like
And-
observing everything of like how
Yeah.
things are playing out. Like, yeah, that would probably be my strategy to start.
Yeah. It just feels like as an introvert myself, it's like kind of shitty that they judge you based on that, you know? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
he's too quiet. He's not talking to everyone. He's not friendly with everyone. Okay, not everybody is just friendly with everyone right off the bat. Like you have to earn people's
Yeah.
trust. Doesn't mean he's a freaking traitor. Like
Mhm. That's why it's
The
so hard because
one
you also
of-
can't be too friendly because then it's like, oh, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
yeah.
One of the girls that was like quiet in the UK Celebrity, they like attacked her for it, and she's like, I'm autistic and I have ADHD. Like this is like
Oh,
really like this is a lot for me. And she's an introvert. So she's like,
Were they all like,
yeah, I'm fucking quiet. Like
exactly.
Yeah, no, they were like, oh, like I'm sorry. Like, yeah, don't judge people because they're quote unquote quiet. Like,
oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. Love that. Did people answer your hot takes?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say, well, both of my sisters said that Rob is so hot and Rob equals goat. Both of them said that.
Facts. I agree, ladies.
Someone said, love the show. I wish Lisa was voted off. Lisa's my favorite.
Oh, I love Lisa too. And I'm not like, I don't know her housewife self.
I also thought that was kind of like dumb because she is a different like she plays a character on Housewives and like
Yeah.
on TV. Like she doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
the same person.
Another person said, I need Rob to get everyone to vote Lisa next week. I thought everybody liked Lisa.
Interesting.
Someone
Why don't
said
they
Rob's
like
going to be the
Lisa?
first traitor to ever win. Well, that's not true
That's not
because
true.
traitors have also won before. A lot of people have said like that their friends liked Michael or like that they liked Michael because he was entertaining and they don't understand why people hated him. Lexi said, does anyone else miss Michael or is it just me?
Lexi.
I do see why, like, honestly, beforehand, I thought maybe he had, like, sexual assault charges or, like, I thought that he had, like, really, really, really serious things. And then, like, when I Googled him and was like, why is Michael Rappaport canceled and stuff? It really is just him having a giant mouth and saying bad things, which is not good, obviously. But, like,
Yeah, isn't he like anti-Palestine?
I don't.
I mean,
I
he's
did not
like
do enough
pro-Israel.
research into the topic.
That's why people don't like him.
That makes
'Cause he's
sense,
pro-Israel.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think he's Jewish.
But also, he just like sucked up all the air in the room. Like he
Yeah.
didn't allow. It was all about him the whole time. He was so loud. But Colton's also that way now.
That's
like,
what I was gonna say. To me, it's just always that person. Like they're gonna be that person that's annoying. So now Colton's just filling that shoe, and now Colton's the annoying one that's gonna go home, and then
Yeah.
I feel
after
like
him, somebody else
Colton
will.
might last like 1 to 2 more episodes though. Just
Do
because
you
like
think?
yeah, because he's like annoyingly influencing people. I don't know. I guess it depends on also like how strong like Johnny and I can't remember the rest of their names, like how strong they can make their alliance because if they actually stick to what they say,
Yeah.
they could like do what they want. But I feel like they all
Yeah.
kind of got swayed the last time.
And I wonder who they're gonna send home because, like, yeah, they're right that Colton's not gonna touch that brooch thing or whatever to get kicked out.
Are you sure?
I don't know. She'd have to be like, I don't know.
They teased like a girl fight at the end of the last episode.
I think it'd be way
I'm
easier
worried-
with a girl to do. Like, oh, look at this, like, feel this or something.
I feel like if Colton gets murdered, that makes Lisa look really, really bad. And then Rob could maybe get Lisa out.
Oh, that's true.
Someone said Colton is so annoying and the producers want him to be this season's Dylan so bad. I definitely think Colton was going to have his like likable comeback moment on the show. The way he's like playing up that I'm gay. Like, you should like me. I'm likable. I'm a gay guy.
I thought that until this episode. And then this episode, he was just really annoying and extreme.
I just think he's really like mean and like conniving.
Yeah, like Dylan Efron was never.
If he was,
Dylan flew under the radar the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, and same
until
with
the end,
because they also compared to Pilot P, and neither of them would be like rude or like over, like just being extreme, like how he was trying to call out Lisa or have that conversation with Lisa. Like none of them.
That was
I feel like Steven's playing it like that. He's like,
I think Steven's like more like that,
participating, and he's like there, but he's not like being too aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
Also, Lisa could have totally played at the round table that conversation that Colton tried to have with her, because that would have gotten Colton to be voted off if she would have been like, he came up to me. He's been accusing me of being a traitor this whole time. And he came up to me and said that he would protect me if I protected him in the turret. Like, she should have brought that up and been like, I'm not a traitor. I don't know what he's talking about, but he's being fishy. Like,
yeah. That's so
that
true.
would have been
she should have played that.
I would not be good at these games. Like, I know I would always do the wrong thing, probably.
Yeah, I know. It's so easy to like tell them all how to play when like we actually have no idea what it's like to play.
Yeah, like if you're too quiet or too loud, you tell a wrong person something. It's like, oh, you're gone.
I really like Mara, and I love her style a lot.
Me too. She's so cute. Oh, and when Rob picked her up, oh my god, you want to ride?
That was so goofy. She's like, yes.
I love that. Cut to JoJo Siwa carrying Tom Sandoval like that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Any more?
I don't think so.
I think that was a good debrief.
Can we talk really quickly about Alex Earle's reality show?
Mm-hmm.
Since it was just launched or announced. What do you guys think?
Very excited.
Do you think they're going to do it like the Nader sisters or more like Kardashians?
It's interesting because it's Netflix, so like I wonder the difference of like if it'll be more like
production.
Yeah, like the real estate one, Selling Sunset.
Oh god.
What other reality shows are on Netflix?
That's what I was trying to think, like what original.
Oh, I really hope it's not like the Selling Sunset stuff, because I
like those songs in between
have lost a lot of interest in that.
Yeah, that show is so overproduced. It's
Wait,
so
can
fake.
we name one more Netflix original reality show?
If you want to think about like the chef one, the Next Gen Chef.
All that's coming to mind is chef or real estate though, like, or home renovation. Like I can't think of any that's like following around a family or.
Yeah, I know the D'Amelios. It was Hulu.
Yeah, they just have like games. They have Queer Eye. They don't have any like lifestyle.
Interesting. So
Selling Sunset, Queer Eye, Owning Manhattan. Yeah, nothing.
I feel like
what Alex is doing.
The only reason she would do it though is if like they're like somebody on her team is like an executive producer.
She's an executive producer.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I saw people be like, I don't know, saying that her dad's so good, obviously, that he'd get her an executive producer credit on the very first season when it took the Kardashians like years and years to get that.
Yeah. But I feel like she has so much leverage that like that's kind of a not easy negotiating chip, but like,
yeah,
I want to be an executive producer on this. So I feel like she'll definitely have some good inputs to like make it successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope so.
I love the family. Like I love her little siblings. Thomas is like so fucking funny. Like I think that they'll be great in it. It would be super weird to be a little kid like suddenly they're going to be child stars and grow up on TV. Yeah.
I hope they're not so bratty though. I feel like sometimes like some of the background like fights and stuff, I'm like, you guys are annoying. Like, but I guess like maybe that's just like any like little sibling at that age.
That's like, how like Kylie and Kendall were in the first seasons of Kardashians.
Yeah, that's so fair. When does it come out? Is there any like dates for that?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Did she
I don't
say
know
if it
if they
was
Yeah,
filmed
have they
filmed yet?
even started? Yeah, oh, that's what I was gonna ask.
I don't know.
I also think, like, do you think it would be better if it was like the Naders, where like it was a really, really quick turnaround, or like
Yeah,
more
because
like the
she's constantly
Kardashians?
posting on social media, so like we're
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh, this already happened. Like,
Yeah. Ooh, that's true.
I know she had mentioned that, like, in her Get Ready With Me chat or something, but
I didn't think about that. And her mom has breast cancer. It's so sad.
I know.
sucks.
Like that she was just going through that during Dancing with the Stars. That's terrible. That just shows don't judge anyone. You have no idea what's going on in their life ever. Even if somebody's posting
Mhm.
what you think is every detail of their life,
Yeah.
you don't
Mhm.
know. That's crazy. But yeah, super excited. Can't wait for it. I also find it interesting. We can talk more on Patreon about this and stuff. But that Jake Shane's podcast is on Netflix, but the
Yeah.
scripted show about his life is on Hulu. Like I never hear of people
he
doing
has
like split deals.
He has a scripted show about his life.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of like I Love LA or something.
Oh,
Like
but it's
where
not.
he's like the main.
It's like going to be
character.
based on his life or something.
I think so, but I don't know how like exact it would be versus.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just it's like a comedy.
Oh,
Maybe about his life when he was younger. I have really no idea.
damn! How do these people get these deals? Crazy.
It's crazy. I don't know. Okay, should we get to the questions?
Yeah.
I went on a trip out of town with a best friend, and my long distance boyfriend hardly interacted with me while I was away. I texted photos and would try and talk about what I was doing to stay in touch, and he wouldn't hardly look at any of my texts. Barely responded. It really hurt my feelings, so I finally pointed it out and said it felt like the silent treatment as retaliation for being away instead of spending my time with him, like on the phone or playing video games together and such. He hasn't acknowledged my text of that, and now we are hardly speaking. I didn't want to break up with him, but how do I handle this from here? It's so hard for me to not jump back into normal talking routine, but I really need him to acknowledge it. And he tends to avoid situations like this, so it's causing more silence between us.
Oh wow, that's so interesting because that they're long distance.
Yeah, that's not like a good sign that he's.
No, I'd say major red flags for sure. If that's why he's upset, I guess there could be like another reason, or maybe he's not upset and you're overthinking it or something. But like, if that's the reason, that's just extremely controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you just stop speaking to a long distance partner? That's not okay.
I think that's also like really telling of just like how he's handling situations and how he would like handle future situations.
Yeah, because like, how do you resolve anything if you can't discuss what's wrong? Like, you can't tell me what's going on.
I would ask, does he ever act this way in normal life? Like if you're busy doing other things and aren't on the phone with him, or like when you're just hanging out with your friends or busy for several hours, does he get upset about it? Because I feel like there'd be other like signs of that before just like a giant blow up while on a trip, but maybe not. Overall, very avoidant though. Like if you won't talk about it,
Yeah.
what else are you left?
I think you
do?
have to like make a decision based on like, maybe he's not even gonna respond to any of this, and then like it's kind of
You're just gonna ghost forever.
Yeah.
Well, she said he hasn't acknowledged my text of that, which is like so classic boy. Fucking oh my gosh, when you would like send multiple texts to a boy or like long ones and they'd fully ignore like whatever you were complaining about and just like answer something else. It's like, excuse me, I just sent you a novel. Like, can you reply to the part that I needed context on?
Yeah. Maybe do like a phone call or a FaceTime so that he has to like acknowledge the issue that you're having.
That's smart.
I just think that if you're like in a long distance relationship, this is like not something that's going to help you be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds suspicious. Devin, want to read the short one?
I
don't think that said, what is your job?
We have, like,
no, we don't. And there are so many like weird, annoying questions that I don't.
Okay, should I read the boyfriend one? My boyfriend gets really angry at me whenever I start crying. Sometimes if we argue or he gets upset with me in the frustration or with higher emotion, I get teary-eyed. I used to want to cry and have tried my best to avoid actually crying to avoid getting him more upset. He says that me crying during an argument is me deliberately trying to manipulate him or avoid the fight, but that's not true. I just sometimes cry when frustrated or sad, and I think that that's normal. I'll even go several arguments or months without crying and regulating my emotions, but sometimes it just comes out, and he'll say things like, "You do this all the time." It hurts my feelings because it feels like he ignores the effort I put in to not cry or get so emotional, and I'll go weeks or months without crying, but if it comes out, he'll just get so upset and accuse me of trying to manipulate him. This makes me feel really bad. How do I manage him being upset at me crying versus the need to cry? To be clear, I don't cry often, but sometimes in frustrating situations or when I'm really upset/sad, I get teary-eyed, and since he starts berating me, it makes me actually cry. I love him and we've been together 7 years, but his ban on me crying makes me feel so awful. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's like one side she's putting in the work to not cry, but he's not trying to put in the work to be okay with her emotions.
It's so hard when all of these are just like, dump him.
Dump him. I don't know. I'm like, I cry really easily. And I feel
you
like
can't help it.
Yeah. I also think like crying is like a healthy way to like if you try and suppress your crying and like your emotions, then you're not like you're kind of ignoring them and you're rejecting yourself in a way because you're like I shouldn't be having these emotions and it just like feels worse. And so
What men have been
like,
doing for eons.
I feel like he needs to be more comfortable with like just having like just talking about emotions in general. Like it doesn't even have to be like I don't know. I feel like just having more conversations about like how they're feeling more often could like help them both feel like seen and heard and understood.
I think just like 7 years into knowing someone and being with somebody, he should know, one, that you're not manipulative. Like, so there shouldn't be a thing where he's just easily like, you're manipulating me. He should know that your character is not like that. And then also he should know that you're a crier. Like, some people just cry. Like, I cry all the time. I've cried my whole life. Like, I've cried going into a parent teacher conference when I know they're going to tell me what a great student I am. Like, it just starts bringing on the tears. Like, it's just some people are built that way, and it has, I'm sure some people manipulate people by crying, but like that's not the case in these situations at all. So he's just being uncomfortable and like that's just gross. Like that's just a huge ick. Like, you're gonna be mad at me for crying.
I feel like it's one of those things where you have to like decide if he's gonna decide to like fix it or leave.
Yeah, like this is not on the girl. You don't, obviously regulating your emotions is important and learning how to cope with things and all of that are important skills to have. But that doesn't mean just like never cry, or you need to withhold yourself from crying in situations where you're rightfully upset.
Sounds like another avoidant man.
Yeah, I'm like, does he have any women in his life ever? Does he cry? Like,
yeah, maybe it's like trauma from something else where
that's what I was
someone
gonna
used
say.
Their emotions to manipulate.
Yeah, I feel like when we got
you gotta
like,
work
similar
on that.
question, we asked that, like, does he have trauma where like he was manipulated before with tears? Like maybe his mom was like that or something.
Yeah.
But even still, I feel like at that point you still have to make a decision of like, one, is he gonna like proactively go get help for it? And if he's
that's
not,
on him.
then like that's not really something that you should stay for.
Yeah, you need to find someone that supports you in your emotions and understands that it's not a manipulation tactic.
And I hate to say it, but I feel as though the right person won't make you feel that way.
Yeah.
The next one is super juicy.
Do you want to read it?
Should I give up my long-term celibacy for a new boyfriend? Dun, dun, dun. Hi guys, I'm hoping to get some perspective on this because I feel conflicted and want to approach this thoughtfully. I'm a 27-year-old female and have been seeing a 28-year-old male for about 3 months. This has been one of the healthiest connections I've had in a very long time. He's consistent, kind, respectful, and communicates well, which hasn't always been my experience in past relationships. For some context, I've been celibate for a little over a year. That choice came after relationships where trust was broken, and celibacy helped me rebuild my self-worth, boundaries, and self-image. I've taken a lot of pride in it, and it's something that made me feel grounded and confident, so it's not something I want to give up lightly. Recently, I've started wanting to be intimate with my current partner. It feels natural and emotionally connected, and most of all, not pressured. But I'm scared that it might be too soon or that I'm still in the honeymoon phase. I don't want to undo the growth I've made or make a decision I regret if the relationship didn't work out. Intimacy feels especially vulnerable for me because of past trust issues, and I'm struggling to tell whether this desire comes from genuine readiness or just excitement. I'm also unsure whether I should share this hesitation with him. He's never pressured me, but I wonder if being open about what celibacy has meant to me would deepen our connection, or if it's better to wait until I feel more settled in my decision. I really want to honor myself while also giving this relationship a fair chance, and I'd appreciate any insight if y'all have navigated something similar. I put out pretty fast, so I've not navigated something similar.
Do you guys think that she should talk to her boyfriend about it?
Yes, that is always my answer, is communication is key. I think that would just immediately help, because you could automatically tell if he is feeling, I mean, you see boys in movies and in real life, unfortunately, when you're young, they put pressure on. Like, it's very clear when they're putting pressure on. So if she were to have this conversation and he starts putting pressure on, that's going to be an immediate sign that maybe you're just excited, maybe it's too soon, all of those things. Then there's another world where you tell him and he's like so understanding and is like, oh my gosh, I completely understand. Like, this is important and special to me too. I want to wait however long you want to wait. And then that might make you want to do it more or feel fine about waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think, like, even if you wait or like he is understand, like, it's good to have the conversation. But I think, like, ultimately, even if you did break up with them, like, it's still gonna hurt no matter what, because, like, it's not it obviously is a matter of doing something for the first time, but it's also like you're building a deep connection with this person. Like, you feel connected to them, you really like them or love them. And so, like, just because you are intimate with them, like, I don't think it's gonna really,
like, it won't change the results.
Yeah, I don't think it's really gonna change the results if you do break up. Like, it's still gonna really hurt no matter if you are intimate or not intimate.
And I think you can picture that, honestly, like, kind of put yourself in that situation and be like, okay, say that, like, what if I did, and then what if a week later he breaks up with me or something? Like, how would that make you feel versus if he broke up with you in a week without you doing it? Like, is there a big difference there? Because unfortunately, it's like there's no set timeline. I mean, the last question we just answered, the girl was 7 years in, like, so there's no set timeline of like, oh, we've been together 5 months or 3 months or 6 months or a certain time where you're gonna be good forever. Like, nobody knows that 100%. So you just have to trust your own feelings of what you feel comfortable and safe with. And
I do think it's good though if you do, like, open up the lines of communication, because I think it can also help you, like, both make the experience for each other better if you like have like an open conversation. Because I think sometimes, like, you're like, okay, well, what was this what it's supposed to be like for me? Like, should, like, do I want something different? And if you're able to, like, have those conversations, like, the experience will just be better for you. And I'm thinking more about you because I want it to be the best for you, selfishly.
of course. Also, I wonder, like, what other things are you doing sexually? Maybe like making out is really fun. Like, I don't know if you guys are making out all the time, or because sometimes when people are celibate, they don't want to put themselves in any positions where like it could cause temptation. But like, maybe doing a little bit of things would either make you feel better about than waiting longer, or make you feel safe and know that you like want to do it.
And also, that's a really good indication of, like, if he's trying to take care of you or he's just looking to take care of himself.
100%. We're watching Tell Me Lies right now, and it's horrible. Have you guys watched it?
I read the book and I don't care
all
about
of it.
the movie or the TV show.
Oh my god, just the way that these boys treat these women and like the sexual experiences are horrendous. It's crazy.
He plays such a good, unlikable, like, hateful character.
I know.
He played
it's like really terrifying.
The person in the Tinder, or the Bumble, the movie about the Bumble girl.
Oh.
He played like the girl who, or the guy who, like, basically abused her.
Oh, I never watched that, but I know which one you're talking about.
It was really good.
I don't know what this is.
As far as like a docu, like, whatever you call it.
Interesting.
Okay, but one last thing on this question. I don't think that, like, deciding to have sex with this guy is undoing the growth that she's made over the past year. Like, I don't think
Great point.
it has that much power. Like, it's okay if you do it. And if you decide that you want to be celibate again, that's okay too. Like, it doesn't unravel all the progress that you've made.
100%. Because it teaches you to have that power within yourself and everything too. And you're not, just because you have sex with him doesn't mean that you're giving up all that power that you've gained and learned.
Yeah.
Great point. That's very true.
You want to do the next question, Dev?
How do you remain strong and positive while taking care of a dog with a serious health condition, especially as the sole owner? How do you stay strong when your friends don't seem to understand how exhausting and stressful and difficult it is?
Did you write this?
No, but I don't know if I have advice, but I can like relate to it. It's weird. I once saw this TikTok or something that a grieving dog owner was saying that like nobody understands your grief. Like you're, especially as a single dog owner, you're the only one that loved your dog and experienced your dog in that way. And so like it feels very lonely grieving your dog or being the sole caretaker, like, because it's nobody else understands, even when they try to, or like a lot of people in my life try to make it. I think it's like a comforting thing, but like it's not that big of a deal. Like, oh, well, you know, she's fine now. Or like, oh, well, she's going to be fine. You know, they tell me she's not going to, you know, like Willow got a 12-month life expectancy and everybody's like, oh, well, she's going to live, you know, forever. She's strong. She's going to do fine. And it's like at one end of the spectrum, I hate when people like feel bad for me. So when I tell people Willow has cancer, I immediately am like, but it's fine. She's okay. Like, I don't want them to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You know, I just want it to be fine. But then also I want people to realize how serious it is. Like, it is a really big deal.
Yeah,
so,
and it is kind of hard to find that in between, I guess, because I think with you at first, I was not feeling more negative, but I think I did that thing of feeling like too serious where you were trying to be more positive about it. And so, yeah, maybe it's just like straight up asking what you need in that day, because maybe in some moments you do want us to be more positive, and then maybe in some moments you want it to be as serious as it is. And that probably changes. Like, it's probably not a constant feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say too of when the girl said like don't want them to like be annoyed of talking about it and stuff. I feel like that's like you shouldn't be concerned about that, or hopefully your friends are making you feel like you can talk about it and share it as much as you would like to.
Yeah, it's also really tough with like non-dog people friends that are kind of like, well, it's just a dog, like they don't understand, or I don't know. It's just really tough all around. I don't really.
I've never thought about that with a dog, because that is true of like when a human's sick or passes away, there's always other relationships of, even if it was their kid instead of their partner or whatever, it's like there's multiple relationships there versus like a sole owner of a dog. That's always the case with dogs, though. It's just some people understand and some people won't. Like,
yeah.
I do think,
but even understanding doesn't fix it either. Like, there's nothing that makes it better. Like,
I do think though, like it is one of the, like, even if you do have really good and understanding friends, I think it is important to, like, if you want to talk about it and like you need to like share something, to kind of talk about it, because sometimes I think it's like this dance of like, okay, like, do I ask you about it? Do I not ask you about it? Do you want to talk about it? Do you not want to talk about it? And like, I think there's both sides of it where like, I feel like it's a little bit better if someone's like, I just really need to like cry about this, or like talk about this, or talk this through. Then I'm like, oh yeah, like then I know what to do, versus like, oh, maybe you've needed to talk about it for the last like month, but you haven't said anything. And
it also might be a good time for therapy, like to have a professional be able to listen, because then you can really go into it talking.
Yeah. It's really tough too when like you're a single dog owner and your support system is your dog. Yeah. And so when they like are unable to support you, but they are still, I mean, you know, I try to be positive. Like, she's still with me. She's happy. She's healthy, you know, not be doom and gloom. And like, when I take Willow to chemo, I go and like get myself a treat. And like, I actually don't mind chemo days. Like, Sounds kind of fucked up for Willow. Willow's like, I mind, bitch. But making sure to take care of yourself too.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really sorry that you're going through that. That sucks a lot.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm looking for some advice about my relationship. I'm 34, my boyfriend is 32, and we've been together for 3.5 years. We live about 18 miles apart, and almost every day one of us drives to the other's place so we can spend time together. While we've made it work, I'm starting to feel that this routine isn't sustainable long term. I would really like for us to live together so we don't have to commute daily and so we can see if we're really truly a good fit for each other. However, he doesn't want to move out of his dad's house because he's very comfortable there. At the same time, I don't want to move in there because I feel like that his dad and stepmom are too involved in his life, interrupt his daily life frequently, and have already caused a few fights between us. He said he doesn't want me to move in because I don't like his parents, which I understand, but I'm feeling conflicted and stuck because I don't see a clear path forward if neither of us is willing to move, and we just keep living separate lives like this. I'm not sure how we're supposed to progress as a couple, and I'd really appreciate your perspective on what to do.
Break up with your boyfriend.
Yeah, because I'm bored.
He doesn't want to move out of his dad's house because he's comfortable, and he's 32.
Yeah.
Break up with your boyfriend.
That is so frustrating and annoying.
That's like also really hard because it's clearly like there's a lot of things at play, especially with like the parents like interfering and like causing fights, and him probably not being willing to like stick up to his parents for certain things.
Also, they've been together 3.5 years. Like, I feel like this would be very different if you were together like 6 months or something. Like, this is like,
and in your 30s.
Yeah.
Like, he obviously does not want to progress the relationship. He's comfortable where he is and doesn't seem like the type of person that likes to push himself out of his comfort zone. He doesn't want, I don't see this relationship progressing either.
I think that you could like give him kind of like a, hey, this is like a timeline I'm comfortable with. Like, if you're okay with giving it a little bit more time, but like put a time limit on it and see if he's willing to like make a commitment. Because if not, then
and then once that time comes up and he's still,
I just am very always like, I feel like with my boyfriend before Cam and with my high school boyfriend and whatnot, like I would always want them so bad to like want the thing I wanted. Like, I wanted them to want me as much as I wanted them, or love me as much, or move in with me, or want to marry me, or whatever it like might be at the moment. And I would like get so frustrated if they didn't want to do it like on the same timeline or whatnot. And then I met Cam and like literally he just like wanted everything that I wanted. We were always on the same page about everything. And I feel like it's such a sign when you're 3.5 years in and you're like not wanting the same things in general. Like, your boyfriend should want to be spending every day with you. Like, he should want that. And if he's not wanting that, that's weird.
Yeah. Because how is this going to go for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it's not.
It's always going to be a struggle.
I also think this goes back to communication too, because like if there's more communication about like what he's struggling with, what he's dealing with, like if there's something in the way of the next step and there's like an understanding, then like, okay. And you can like decide, okay, am I good with this? Or like, this is like a deal breaker and I need to like move on. But it sounds like that's not, the case. It's just like he's comfortable and there's nothing else, which.
Yeah. And it sounds like he's asking her to move in there because she said she doesn't want to.
No,
like,
and I would
crazy in the first
very
place.
much say, hell no, do not do that.
Why would you even ask?
My hairstylist, she's 24 or 25. But anyways, she was engaged to her high school boyfriend. And they were so different from each other. Like, she was very ambitious. She owns her own business. She knows what she wants. She likes to go out and talk to people. And her fiance wasn't ambitious at all, had a shitty job, didn't ever want to go out, didn't ever want to do things. And when she was planning her wedding, it would give her anxiety. Like, she's like, I don't want to do this, whatever. And so it took her a long time, but she finally made the decision to break up with him, break off the wedding. Like, I need to move on. Like 6 or 7 months later, she's with like the perfect man for her, like everything she's wanted in a man. So like that, you have to let go of the things that aren't serving you in order to find what is meant for you. Like you have to make the hard decision sometimes to find the right
Wow,
person.
that's amazing. And you hear that story
Yeah.
time and time again. Like,
yeah.
You never hear it the opposite way.
And also when she broke up with him and she was single, she moved back in with her parents, but she was like, I'm happy. Like, I'm proud of myself and I feel good. Like, I'm happy to be single. Like, I'm not like...
That's like when moms, like when you get divorced and it's like they have less work to do as a single parent than they did when they were married. It's like, what a relief.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sending luck too, though, that's very difficult and change.
Yeah.
That's huge change and it will be very hard, but you can do it. I don't have many friends and I feel lonely most of the time. I'm comfortable going out and doing things by myself, but what's hard is being comfortable being alone at home. I like to read and do crafts, but if I'm alone with my thoughts for too long, I get really sad. So I just find myself wasting my days scrolling away on my phone, which helps nothing. Lately, I can't even get myself to read or watch a show because I can't bear to be with my thoughts. Thoughts like how lonely I am, how I'm not content with my career, being content with myself and how I look and how I feel like I should be working out more, eating healthier, etc. So basically every bad thought, lol. Any advice on how to be more comfortable being alone and home and actually being productive?
Medication. That is what changed my life for me because what I call that is ruminating thoughts. They're not helpful for you. They're beating you up and they're circling your mind all day. And those made me depressed. Like I had to get on antidepressants and even like the lack of motivation and the like wanting to do better and find a better job and be more productive and stuff, but not being able to. Like, I feel like those are things that you can get help with.
It's such a cycle too, because then when you're like in your phone scrolling and everything, then you start the comparison and then that brings even more of those thoughts where then you're getting down about like all the aspects of your life. I think one like that therapist I had that taught me of like sitting in your uncomfortability. This sounds almost like meditation or something maybe you should get into, of like literally forcing yourself to sit for 1 minute a day and then eventually work up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it may be. But like of just sitting there and listening to your own thoughts and dealing with it. But then there's also other ways to get out of your head and whatnot too. Like, I've been seeing a lot lately, people who listen to the audiobook while they're reading physically. So it's like immersive reading, it's called. So that way you're like fully involved in it. Or like I like to like paint my nails or color or something while I'm listening to the audiobook or go on a walk or something. And I feel like my mind tends to wander less than if I'm just doing like one thing at once.
Yeah. And maybe even like getting out of the house, like sometimes I just have to do one thing that I feel good about so that I feel better all day. Like I went on a walk or I went to get coffee somewhere or something like.
And trying to do that early too, I think helps build like more motivation and confidence in yourself too. Like if you can do your like one little thing to make yourself feel better. I also think therapy is really helpful for this kind of thing as well. And maybe finding like a therapist that focuses on like mindfulness or like has different tools to practice, because you can obviously talk to them about the thoughts that are going on in your head, but I think like I've talked to my therapist a lot about like thought spirals. Like that's what I kind of call some of these, like in terms of like you're just going on this track of like I need to work out more, I need to eat
but
better,
have you tried antidepressants, because those repress those thoughts also?
No, but like for me, like it's mine are just like spirals of like all sorts of different things. And
yeah, your brain is just running a million miles a minute.
Yeah. And so having more mindfulness techniques that I actually want to implement, and like it does take a lot of practice. It's like something you have to commit to it. It's not like I have this new technique or something and it's going to be like done. Like it's something you have to kind of come back to and keep practicing. I actually enjoy being alone with my thoughts, or like just, letting my thoughts be and being more curious about them now. And I think like Maggie said, like you don't need to, spend hours and hours like in your thoughts. Like, but I think if you can like figure out how to be more curious about them and figure out like, why am I thinking about this right now? Or like if for especially like on a thought spiral, like that's really negative, one of the easiest ways for me to get out of it is just thinking of a gratitude list, or even just walking outside. Like those are two things like that help me really get back to being grounded and not feel so like out of control in my head.
Yeah, I like the idea of being curious about your thoughts. Like that's a really good way to put it. And your thoughts are not like real. Like they're not the truth, you know? So yeah, just like kind of being curious and like, why is this happening in my head?
I also really like IFS for this, which is the
What is
internal
that?
family systems that I've been practicing with my therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like Inside Out, but like with therapy. And so you describe like these different components of yourself. And maybe I'll dive into this more in Patreon, but I'll give an example like of there's like one part of me that's like, I call it like the pencil side of me, where it's very like Virgo organized type A energy. And then there's another side of me that's more like emotional and like wants me to like recognize my emotions. And those two things like can be at odds with each other because it's like the pencil's like, hey, you have a million things on your to-do list and we need to get them done yesterday. And then the feeling side is like, hey, like you haven't checked in with your feelings in like 2 weeks. Like we have things to say. And so like one of the things that has stopped a lot of my thought patterns is like basically I'm like a mediator between these two thoughts. And I know this sounds like kind of abstract, but it really helps my brain like organize what's happening. So
when you describe it like Inside Out, it's very easy to understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
And so like what I'll do for like these two conflicting things is like the pencil's like, hey, I need to know that these things are getting done. And so like that part is like, okay, we can figure that out. And then the other one's like, okay, we're going to take some time today to like think through emotions and like our feelings. And then my brain literally just like melts and it's like quiet. It's the craziest thing.
That's awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah, I think this, if anything, this just goes to show that everybody needs different things and everybody works differently. And this might be a deeper thing where it's like medication might be helpful. Medication has changed my life in so many ways and has helped me so much. It might also just be like, get outside and touch grass, and that can help a lot. Or like there's so many different things that might help depending on the scenario.
Yeah, but also it's not your fault. Like that's kind of what I meant by medication is like sometimes you just can't pull yourself out of a rut and like you need some help and it's not your fault if you aren't motivated or whatever.
Yeah. Also try the brick. Like I really have been loving the brick and putting it on our fridge, and it blocks, like you can set up what apps it blocks and what times. But maybe that might be helpful when you find yourself just scrolling on your phone.
I phone jail myself all the time. I just like put my phone.
That just doesn't work for me because in a different room.
Yeah, I put it in a different room that's like inconvenient to get to, and I'll be like in the living room. That's my version.
I like the brick because I can still work on my phone, like because I need to like edit or whatever. So like I just can't get into my apps that I want to numb my brain with.
Yeah, and then I can't like immediately just turn it off and be like, JK.
I have no idea where we are. We've been, I feel like, all over the place on this thing. See, we got a bunch of like weird.
Oh my god, submissions. These are all from the same person. I guarantee.
Yeah. And if you listen to this, which you probably, some of the questions make me think you might listen. I don't know. That's not really what we're looking for. It's not really.
Also, they're calling me Megs. Like, that's my sister, actually.
I know, the same.
I know. I was like, who is Megs? I didn't put that together until just now.
Oh, this is a good one. Well, it's not good. It's hard. And I think they need our advice. I've had to make the decision to walk away from a romantic relationship due to their mental health. I have tried to support them for years, but I realized I was on the receiving end of a consistent bad and abusive behavior with no change and lack of awareness of which made me feel like I was the one going crazy. Any suggestions for the guilt over the decision? We had such an incredible connection that I worry I will never find again. You will find it again, and no connection is worth abuse from the girl who is single and happy about it. But like, I'm proud of you for making the decision to walk away. Like, obviously it's so hard and like, you feel guilty.
Two things can be true at the same time, where like you no, this is a really good decision for yourself because you're like not in an abusive relationship and you're not being gaslit anymore. And you had a really good connection when things were good. And that's hard to like remember. And their mental health is not great, but that's not like your responsibility. It's their responsibility to like go get help for that. And you can only support so much.
Yeah, and I would say this is also a really good time for therapy to be able to talk through that with a therapist of what parts of the relationship, when you say that it was such a good connection and you're worried about not finding something like it again. I think sometimes a lot of people, when they come out of a toxic relationship like that, they're still looking for those like really high highs or like that intense emotion and whatnot. And like sometimes the like more boring, in quotes, relationships might seem like bad or negative to you. So I think like having a therapist or friends that you can rely on to like double check those things and like make sure that any new connections are safe and aren't bad. Like they're probably good, but you might find them less intriguing or more boring or not to the same level that you experienced before. But like it might still be deeper love and whatnot. You'll end up feeling better about it.
Any suggestions for guilt over making this decision? Yeah.
That's what I think. Like in therapy, like the therapist could probably help with that, a lot of your guilt.
Yeah, I don't think you should feel guilty. Not that it's that easy.
Yeah.
Don't feel guilty.
Don't feel guilty.
You're welcome.
Just don't feel guilty.
You gotta like put your oxygen mask on first and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to answer this one, Devin? Personal question for Dev. Do you ever experience moments of loneliness or wish you had someone special to share those quiet, cozy mornings with? You radiate such beauty and warmth. You often get approached by people when you're out and about, traveling, or even just grabbing coffee. How do you usually respond to those situations? And if you don't mind sharing, what qualities are you looking for in a partner?
Honestly, I don't freaking know. Every once in a while, I think that I want someone to do something with, but then I'm like, I don't know, would I actually be happy? I'm just looking for someone that like adds value to my life that I want to spend time with and that makes me want to not be alone because I like being alone. I like hanging out with people for a couple of hours and then coming home to my house and doing exactly what I want to do. Like I'm 34. I'm used to this by now.
I think that's just when you'll know, like when you do want to be spending time with somebody.
I wonder if that's a good exercise for you to go through, though, if you're like, I really don't know what I want, is like describing certain characteristics of like, what is your ideal situation? Like, is it that you guys like get up in the morning and read or like scroll on your phones in silence? Or is it like going to a coffee shop or a bookstore together and just like reading, but you're not talking, you know, like thinking of those situations of like, they just get it, where it's like, you don't have to explain to them. Like, I think just getting more specific on it could be really helpful because then you like can recognize it when you do have it. And when it's like very much not that person, then you're like, okay, bye. You like certainly do not fit into this role.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think as being a serial boyfriender, I've never thought, like whenever I thought in the future of like my life and what I wanted, I would think of it so far in advance, like, oh, being married one day and having kids and whatnot. I don't know if I ever pictured like what I want to be doing just like in the daily, like picturing your life like that. Like, what do you want your mornings to look like with somebody or something?
Yeah, that is interesting. It is a form of manifestation.
There's a lot of like time in your days that like maybe if another person is like a 9 to 5, then it kind of like wipes those things out. But what if they like work from home or like, you know, maybe that's something you don't want someone that works from home because you're like, I value this like 9 to 5 time solo. But I think,
but also so many of those things, like, would you know even necessarily like until experiencing it? But like, what if, I don't know, like maybe what if a more outgoing person ended up being more like what you needed or liked, but you wouldn't know that until like experiencing it.
But even if you wanted an outgoing person, if you were describing them, they would still have to be like really understanding of like your ideal days or like your like needs and times. Because I think like there are a lot of outgoing people that are like, why aren't you talking? Like, why aren't you wanting to do stuff? Why aren't you like,
or like obviously someone not going to the club every weekend. They're not out in Old Town.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in my 30s, so I don't think I'm going to be dating anyone like that.
Well, exactly. There's a lot of Scottsdale men in their late 30s that are out in Old Town every week.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably a lot that would love that.
Yeah. We'll avoid those, though. I'm just shook. Like, I keep just looking at these because there's just so many creepy questions and submissions.
I know.
But also, I think this is fun too. I feel like you might have answered this at some point, but like, why Lady Gaga? What draws you to her? Are you also a fan of Taylor Swift? Do you consider yourself a Swiftie, or have any thoughts about the community?
Is this from a Swiftie?
Maggie,
the thing about
did you
Taylor
write this
Swift.
question?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you part of us?
Yeah. Are you one of us or not? No, I like Taylor Swift as an artist, but the way that I feel about Lady Gaga and her art, I don't feel that way about Taylor. So I don't consider myself a Swiftie because I know how much I love Lady Gaga. And for my love for Gaga, I don't really know. It just happened in my brain. Like, obviously now I realize that I resonate with her so much and she's like so daring. And I love like her dark, scary, like type of vibe that she has. Like when she performed at the VMAs where she sang Paparazzi and then bled and then hung herself on stage. Like I was so obsessed. I was so in awe. Like that connected to me. And then when I saw her live and just the way that she talked, and I was just like, I'm ride or die for this woman. And I do think that I have a lot of similarities with her, which you don't really realize until like you really become connected with someone. Like just, I don't know, like her feeling so different and like social awkwardness and like just a lot of personality traits. I resonate with them. And that was the same with like Ellie Goulding. She's very shy and introverted. And I was like, I connect. I'm the same. I love you. And like Taylor Swift is complete opposite of me. Like I could not be any further from different than her. Like she'd probably be fun to hang out with, but I do not relate to her really in any way. And also I've never been in love, so I don't relate to her music that much in any way either. So yeah, I don't really ever know where my obsession like comes from. It like just kind of clicks in my brain one day and then I'm just like obsessed. So I don't really know why.
That was a great explanation, honestly. I think that really makes sense and connected. Have you heard Brooke Averick talk about her tier system?
Yes, I think she did recently because she was talking about someone as well. And she was saying, well, I don't love them the way that I love this person. I don't remember who it was, but she was recently saying that.
So she has like tiers basically of like her obsession and crushes. And it's like they can move. So like if somebody's a tier one time, but then you get over them, they can move down or move up or whatever. But it's like tier 1 and tier 0.5 is like you're obsessed with them. You're consuming every single interview. You're listening to every song. You're watching every documentary, every movie, edits, your whole For You page, everything. And then it's like a 1 is like maybe you're not consuming things 24/7 and whatnot. I feel like it's like with Taylor Swift, she's maybe like a 3 for you or something. Like it's never going to be a 0.5 obsession because you can't have that with everyone.
Exactly. I literally is one person at a time.
Yeah.
Really. And right now,
yeah,
it's
I feel
Gaga.
like only one person can be 0.5 for you because you go like really hard.
I think that's true for everyone. Like really only one person at a time can be a 0.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've pretty much only listened to Lady Gaga for the past a whole year.
That's kind of crazy.
Like I just don't have room in my life for anything else.
What like reignited it? Because she's going on tour.
Her Mayhem era. It was just like so reminiscent of when I fell in love with her. She's been her last album. Like the tour is that's the era that we're in currently.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, it was like Gaga came back. So
that's so fun.
Yeah. But now I'm like mad at myself for ever even leaving because now I'm going back and rediscovering the eras that I wasn't passionate about. And I'm like, oh my God, this was so good. This means so much to me. These lyrics why didn't I appreciate it back then? You know? So it's like,
but maybe that's
needed to hit you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I didn't have room in my brain back then for her. So I had Willow. Ellie. I was so obsessed with Willow. Yeah. Ellie, I had Ellie. And then Willow, and then Gaga's back. I had Daisy Jones and the Six, you know.
Yeah, that was a
the-
0.5
they were my
that one time.
0.5, yeah,
such
for about a year. That was so good.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes in and
Yeah.
out.
Let's
Yeah.
make that the last one.
Yeah, thanks so much for leaving us questions, guys. I was going to say something about the creepy ones, but I don't really know what there is to say.
I know, me either.
Just
I'm
don't
almost
be
like, I'm
weird
never
and
letting, yeah, I'm like, I'm never going to put a submission link on my story again. You lost the chances. No, everybody, there were a lot of nice questions and good questions.
But then Brittany, she posted that picture of me on my birthday, and I was like, okay, what did I say?
I don't know, not beating the rumors or something.
Oh yeah, like continuing the allegations, and she's like, yeah, I definitely thought about it and did it on purpose. Okay, but
Honestly, that could be really good PR if we lived in the same area and like
Ugh, I
made people
know.
think that we were like a throuple or something.
yeah, would be great PR.
Could be, like
I would advise against that PR
Aspen.
strategy.
Brady's like, as your manager,
It worked
I
really
don't
well for
think that's
Aspen Ovard.
True.
I would need
Then
like
you-
3 therapists for you to like deal with all of that bullshit. And like a psychiatrist that would prescribe you whatever we needed.
Literally would need to up my meds. Okay, love you guys so much. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.